Welcome to Goth Mother's Closet Reselling Adventure. It's great to see you all again. So I'm hopping on this time because once again there's some kind of news. But before I start, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. As you can tell, I don't post 1,000 times a week or anything, so you get minimal notifications. I only kind of hop on when there's news to share. So 2 items of interest today for Poshmark Canada sellers. Actually 3, now that I think of it. The first one very quickly is this coming Wednesday, Poshmark Canada will be hosting their annual celebrations in Toronto. I already got my ticket, so I hope to see some of you there at the party on Wednesday night for all Poshmark people, and it's free to go to. At least my ticket was free. I think it's always free. I've been to the last 2 over the last 2 years. They're a lot of fun. You meet other poshers, you share ideas. They have draws and prizes and free food and drink. Last year, I seem to recall getting a little tipsy. So yeah, it's a good time. I met so many cool people. Yeah, and they have you do participations and live selling and stuff like that. I never do the live selling thing because I don't do live selling anyways. I guess one day I'll have to, because looky behind. I'm starting to really get the place more organized. As a lot of you who follow me know, like, this is pretty much where I live. It's a bed around the corner and that's about it, right? A very, very tiny apartment where I live. So, trying to set up for a live show would be kind of hard. But I'm getting there. I don't know if I'll ever do a live show, but definitely it's just been better trying to be more organized and putting a lot of things in storage and then just bringing them here as I list. You'll see some boxes. I tried to move most of them out of the way so that you don't have to stare at them during this YouTube video. But you can see I have banker boxes with several banker boxes that, that's box like 18 or 19 or whatever. I have plastic boxes. I have I think 6 sets of IKEA bags and so on. I have different ways of things, and a whole storage unit, which I haven't even begun to. My son and I have spent the last couple weeks going through, and we were donating so much because, now that I've been in the game for a while, it's like I have better sense of what might sell and what might not, and what not to bother spinning my wheels over, because I am a writer. I'm not a full-time reseller, and that's part of my difference, where I hope that some of the things I share with you help you. For those of you who aren't full-time resellers, it's a whole different ball game. I watch tons of full-time resellers all the time still. I've been watching them for years now, learning strategies, and not just for Poshmark, but for eBay, Mercari, Depop, whatever people are doing. I'm always watching other people's videos to try and learn new strategies and mind adjustments and, our attitude adjustments, right? So it's been a good time. So yeah, I'm gonna hope to meet some of you. I'm gonna put this video up today. It's Friday, May the 9th. And so hopefully some of you will see this and come and say hello to me at the party. And then, so to get on what I'm really here to talk about, it just kind of popped into my head, of course. Yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I know that's part of the rules of the YouTubes, right? So there's 2 things happening. So the first one I'll get to quickly because we've been down this road before, which is Canada Post is going on strike. Oh, I laugh and laugh how it totally destroyed our businesses over the Christmas season last year. It destroyed our businesses. Well, for me anyways. And I think most of us in Canada who only do Poshmark Canada and nothing else, they killed all of us. Other people, they do Poshmark USA, they have eBay and so on. They weren't as affected, but anyone who has a Poshmark Canada closet was affected. So this time the strike is, I think, May 22nd or something, if they can't get it together before then with their negotiations and stuff. They've had months now to deal with this, but apparently things still aren't going well. So I think it's around May 22nd or so they're talking about the strike starting. But this time Poshmark Canada is prepared, and they've already started rolling out that we can get shipping labels with Purelator. So this time the strike won't kill our businesses. We'll just hop over to Purelator instead, and business as usual. So yay! Yay! We don't have to go, now my summer's destroyed too. Now, the newest thing that's been happening on Poshmark, anyone in any of the Poshmark countries have received this information. So now there's new rules about listing and relisting. And that didn't really affect me, to be honest, because I don't really relist. And I know for a lot of people, it's a super major strategy. I've seen that over and over again on all these videos I watch. They relist every day, they relist every 3 days, and all so on and so forth. I don't do that. I never really, I just don't have time for that. I'm trying to like do other careers too, right? And so when I relist, it always was like, oh, I guess it's been a year or two. Maybe I should relist that. Over the last few months, I did get better about relisting things that were 60 days or older. But even then, I was only relisting things that had less than 2 likes and stuff like that. And because I sort of liked the likes when there's lots of likes. And I've been, sometimes I get rid of all the listings that have 1 million likes. So I had one listing, it had like something like almost 100 likes. And obviously my price is too high for this item because no one's buying it. But then I relisted it because it's like, okay, like all these people have liked this thing for months and months and months. No one's taken my offers, no one's buying it. So I'm starting fresh. So I'll do that with some things. But especially that one item that had so many likes, and several other items that, have a dozen or so likes. I'm like, people are liking it, but that means nothing. And we already knew it meant nothing anyways. A lot of time likes are just placeholders, which is also why I didn't want to like relist like every 3 days, because people like things sometimes as placeholders and they come back later and buy it, or they're waiting for the closet clear out days or whatever, their paycheck, whatever is happening, or they're watching it to see if you lower the price. So I don't like just like relist and lose all the likes and all that. So everyone has their own strategy. So like I said, I never paid that much attention to the relisting thing. But now, in case you haven't heard, and I'm sure everyone has by now, because it's all over Reddit, YouTube, probably Twitch too. So they sent out a thing that if you're relisting too much, you're getting banned. And I'm seeing people getting banned left, right, and center, especially a lot of the YouTube channels I watch. I'm like, okay, so you guys have been gaming the system. All right, I see how it goes now. And what's interesting to me is over the last week, I've had more sales than I've had in a while. So I don't know. I'm not, nothing crazy. Like I've sold, I think 6 things this week, but some weeks I sell nothing. So I'm wondering if it's working in my favor that this whole relisting thing is happening. Like I said, I don't not ever do it, but I have never been, because now I'm reading, and because as people are getting banned, they're saying, oh my God, I only relisted 400 items after 3 days yesterday. I don't understand. So now I see how people are gaming the system. And so, yeah, there you go. And people aren't banned forever. They're just given a warning and, get your act together. Now, what's happening, though, what seems to be happening to some people is they're running into trouble with their cross-listing. And excuse me if I'm wrong, but I seem to recall when I first joined Poshmark around 2023 that I think it was Poshmark where it said they don't want you selling on other platforms. And maybe it was eBay. I know I read in the rules of one of these platforms, they don't want you cross-listing. And I think it was Poshmark, because I remember I was very loath to cross-list onto eBay for like a year. So I'm sure Poshmark has zero sympathy for people crying about getting banned or, warnings because they're cross-listing and you're not supposed to. So again, people breaking the rules are getting caught. So what? But like I said, I'm not positive if it was Poshmark. And obviously things have changed a lot because people, it takes no time to Google something and like my own stuff, I'll see it pop up on eBay or Poshmark or Etsy. I see my own ads and hopefully other people see my ads. They're just not showing them to me. Like that's not worth anything, is it? So what's happening is people who are cross-listing, if they sell something on eBay or Mercari or some other place, then they go to Poshmark and they just put not for sale, or even just take it off because they sold it somewhere else. They're getting dinged as relisting too much or whatever, because some people, they have huge closets. They sell 10, 15, 20 things a day. So they'll sell like 20 things on eBay, come over to Poshmark, delist 20 items, and then now they're getting banned or warnings that they're doing too much. So all these people are going to have to rethink their strategies. They may have to just not sell on Poshmark anymore if that's going to be a thing. Or they can do what I do, which is I have 3 stores and most of the stores have their own products. My eBay store has some of my Poshmark stuff, maybe 30 or 40 items, and my eBay store is still very small because I haven't had a chance to keep adding stuff to it, but I've been trying to keep my 3 stores kind of separate anyways because of this cross-listing bullshit, right? Like even the other day, I sold something on Poshmark and I have to go and look at my eBay to see, did I cross-list it or not? Because I almost got caught up once. I forgot to check eBay and I did have an item on there that I put on Poshmark. And when I first started my eBay, I was never going to put my Poshmark stuff on it because I didn't want to get caught in this trap. But then during the Postal strike, I started cross-listing a few things, and then kind of got into the habit of doing that a little bit. Just to see, and now I'm going to stop. So my eBay will be mostly books and collectibles and household stuff and all that. And Poshmark, I'll just stick to clothes. And eventually, and I have a lot of books and collectibles and stuff like that on my Poshmark right now. And they'll stay there. I'm not taking them away. But going forward, I will just keep in mind the 3 different stores so I don't run into this delisting, not for sale, banning situation. And I don't believe this is going to go on that long. I think it's going to be, they're going to, things are going to sort themselves out. They'll probably take it away, like they'll take away this whole nonsense altogether and people will go back to relisting every 3 days and all that. But for now, that's what's happening. So just be very careful with relisting. Don't relist more than 60 days. And try not to cross-list too much until the stuff gets straightened out. But leave things alone for now because if you try and take them all down, you'll get in trouble for that too. So bite me. Right? Anyways, I hope this video was a little bit informative. And once again, it went way longer than I thought it should. All right, bye. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon.